Oh, there you are. It's time we get started. Today, we're going to discuss a great and easy way to plan your life, the way Ben Franklin did it. Have you ever felt trapped in your own hell of stress and issues, frustrated because you never have time for what matters most? Your number one investment is in yourself. Now you have a great opportunity to look into the things you do and strategize the time you give all the activities in your life. First, let's create a time grid. On the top that represents time, write urgent and not urgent. On the side that represents activity, write important and not important. All of your time and activities can be divided into 4 boxes or categories. The first category is where crisis or emergency resides. The second is that of prevention, planning, and improvement. Third is for interruptions, and fourth is for idle time. Let's look at the urgent important category. You'll find things such as deadlines, putting out fires, pressing issues, and overdue work or bills. Next, not urgent and important. There is goal setting, relationship building, fitness and health, and producing. Producing is things such as art, music, business development, or other things you would like to do. In urgent and not important, you have other people's urgent matters, certain conversations, the ones that seem to go nowhere, popular activities like parties, engagements, or other invites, and some meetings that are more talk than walk. Lastly, we have not urgent and not important, which is usually where you'll find busy work, leisure activities and vices, pastimes and some hobbies, and periods of doing nothing. We call it laziness. Each category or box is a quadrant. Deal with quadrant 1 by doing it now. Things in quadrant 2 can be done at your discretion. You can delegate many activities in quadrant 3. The things you do from the last quadrant 4 can be dumped all together. What does each quadrant mean? Quadrant 1 is the area of stress, typically because these activities keep you away from everything else. They must be done now. If you're doing anything else, you'll usually drop it for these situations. Quadrant 2 is where growth and development occurs. You can make things happen and feel the freedom to do them when you would like. This means you're in control. Quadrant 3 is infamous for appearing important, but if you really look at it, it's only because you choose to do these things. In Quadrant 4, activities are an escape from all things that are important. It's easy to get caught up here because it feels like freedom, but staying here is problematic, especially once something important becomes urgent. It's most important to stay above the horizontal line, since everything below it is not important. However, it's best to stay to the right of the vertical line of urgency to avoid things that cause stress. Now, grab a sheet of paper or board and write down everything you do. Now, this is only for you, so be as honest as possible. Separate every activity into its corresponding quadrant. Just ask yourself, is it urgent or not urgent? Is it important or not important? Now it's time to look at your time grid. The first time you do this, you may find that most of your daily activities are all in one category. This is okay because that's the purpose of this exercise. The goal is to start spending more time in the same quadrant of the most success. Guess which one that is? If you guess quadrant 2, you're absolutely correct. Now, if you find yourself in quadrant 1 a lot, it could be because you spend a lot of time in quadrant 4, not handling important things until they become urgent. The truth is, most people go between idle time activities and stress. And this is why they never feel true freedom. Free your life. Free your time. Free your mind. #ThinkFree. Thank you for tuning in to our lesson on life planning. Come back for more great lessons to get you on the great track. Remember, when you run at your own best pace, you can win any race. This presentation was brought to you from the desk of the Gentleman League. Escape the Bush League and find genuine success and greatness. Visit www.thegentlemanleague.com, The Gentleman League on Facebook and YouTube, and follow @The Gent League on Twitter.